Now, Hocus Pocus 2 is nowhere near as good as the original, but I think it is just as fun. Now, 29 years, almost 3 decades. That is a long time to wait for a sequel. And, you know, when they first announced it, I was like, do we really need a sequel? Do we? Honestly, I don't think we did, because the first movie is so fun. It's so beloved. I didn't think it needed to be ruined. But Hocus Pocus 2, it doesn't ruin the first one. If anything, I think it adds to the overall fun of the now series. 2 opens with an origin of, not of sorts, it's an origin of the 3 Sanderson sisters, how they all got their powers. So they're younger, they're kids, and played by Taylor Paige Henderson, Nina Kitchen, and Juju Journey Brenner, which is a fantastic name. And I think the kids, they did very well in emulating the Sanderson sisters, especially Taylor Paige Henderson, who is the younger Winnie. You know, she goes right down to Winifred's, like, her thinking face. I can't do it. I'm not Bette Midler, but she has it down very well. And honestly, one of my favorite things about this movie is the immediate second they're brought back, the Sanderson sisters, they break out in song. It was just too perfect. And as we discover the mayor of Salem, played by Tony Hale, who I feel like his talent is a little wasted here. He's just kind of there. We find out that his character is a descendant of the Reverend who hated the Sanderson sisters, who basically banished them. And they start out with the whole, oh, we have to make the potion, the life potion, and it turns into, wait a minute, no. Let's do the all-powerful spell to make me all-powerful. So they did change it up a little bit. It wasn't a carbon copy plot of the first movie like a lot of sequels can be. Bette Midler is glorious. She is absolutely glorious. She sounds exactly the same, moves exactly the same. It's like she never stopped playing Winnie. Bette Midler is literally perfect as Winifred Sanderson. Both Sarah Jessica Parker and Kathy Najimy also return, and they're great. You know, their mannerisms, their movements, to a T, just like in 1993. They had less lines, I feel, than the first movie. They were just kind of there to complement Bette Midler. This was really Bette Midler's movie. And another returning character, Billy Butcherson, played again by the great Doug Jones, whom I've met, and actually, I didn't take a picture of him. Oh, I can't show a picture behind me. Oh, I didn't take a picture. I only got the autograph. But anyway, you know, the man is a brilliant actor. He sometimes does not get the credit he deserves, because a lot of the time, you know, he's just in costumes, he's in makeup, and because he's a contortionist, he's mainly used for his movements, and his voice is typically dubbed over. So I feel like he doesn't always get the credit he deserves as an actor, and while his part here is much smaller than it was in the first movie, you know, he is great again as Billy Butcherson. Then you've got the new cast members, Whitney Peak, Lilia Buckingham, and Belissa Escobedo, who are the kids, teenagers, going up against the Sanderson sisters, trying to stop them. I think they did well, especially considering you're going up against an absolute legend like Bette Midler. But again, this is very much Bette Midler's movie. This is her time to shine, and she shines. Oh, and how can I forget? There was, of course, a big musical number, much like the first movie, that did I Put a Spell on You. And except this time, they did Blondie's One Way or Another, and it was great. Really, my only problem with Hocus Pocus 2 was that, in the end, it became a typical Disney movie. Winifred gives up everything to get what she wants, and then immediately regrets it, learns her lesson. And that's just a typical Disney movie. The first Hocus Pocus She didn't learn anything. She was just an evil witch. And the fact that it wasn't a typical Disney movie is what made the first Hocus Pocus so good. So the fact that Disney went oh, wait a minute, the villain has to learn a lesson here, I feel like that it bogged it down a little bit. But at the end of the day, Hocus Pocus 2, I think, is fun. It is a worthy sequel. Bette Midler is absolutely amazing. Parker and Najimy, even though they're on screen equal amount of time, for the most part, as Midler, they don't get as many lines, which is a little disappointing, but they still play these characters great. The new characters are fantastic. Doug Jones, amazing as always. I wasn't expecting much going into Hocus Pocus 2. I thought it was just kind of going to be, well, I can't really say it's a money grab because it's on Disney Plus. So how much money can you really make? I guess you make money off of subscriptions, but at this point, with all the Marvel shows, with all the Star Wars shows, who isn't already subscribed to Disney Plus? But anyway, Hocus Pocus 2, I think it is good. I think it is fun. And it has a definitive ending. But then, of course, there's an after-credit scene that kind of opens it up for a sequel to make it a trilogy. But I don't know. The ending, then again, the ending of the first movie was pretty definitive too. So whether we get a third one or not doesn't really matter. You know, the first movie stands on its own, as it always has. And I think Hocus Pocus 2 will also stand on its own as a worthy sequel. I give the second Hocus Pocus a B.
Did you enjoy the review? Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when more reviews go live. Feel free to leave a comment to discuss your thoughts on the movie or show, and I will see you next time.